Hi, this is Mika from Go Big Coaching, and today I would like to talk about building self-worth. So let me start by telling you that self-worth has zero to do with your net worth. Money is only a tool, and it's not a source of our self-worth. Your accomplishments that translate into revenues, they can be. But self-worth is about how we feel about ourselves and our values and our life. So the good news is that it is really up to you and nobody else to build your self-worth. And today I am sharing 5 tips how you can make progress and build stronger self-worth. All right, so let's get right into it. Tip number 1, set your own course. So now, we all have been dealt a hand we have to deal with. That is, of course, true. But how we deal with the hand we've been given, how we live our life, is really how we respond to things that happen in our environment. That is up to us. So setting the own course means, are you really building the life you want to live from where you are today? Are you doing that? Do you have a sense you're moving into a direction of a goal you like to accomplish? So in reality, the circumstances define our lives only to a certain extent. We always blow them up into those big reasons. And they do have a share, but often we overdo it and turn them into big excuses. So very often it can already be helpful to replace a I can't by I won't or I don't want to. The moment you change the phrases, you own it. And it's okay not to want to do something, right? But the moment you say I can't, you're a victim of circumstance. The moment you say I don't want to, you are setting your own course. And it's a huge, huge difference. So try that out, please. Number 2, stop comparing. I mean, we all have our Instagram and Facebook and whatever social media accounts, and there's always someone who is prettier and smarter and more successful and richer and thinner and has more likes and more followers and all these things. If we compare, we only enter a cycle that makes us miserable, because yes, whatever we're looking for, we will always find someone who can do it better than we do. And other people do that too. For someone out there, you are that person. Seriously, you are. So trying to get yourself out of that comparison cycle is a super valuable tool to build self-worth. It is only about you and your life. So whenever the comparison starts, tell yourself, stop. This is not me, this is another person, and they have other issues I don't know anything about. And then move on. Number 3, start giving. So again, I'm not talking about money. It can be money, but it can be anything. It can be your time. It can be learning you share, your expertise you share. It can be a smile. Sometimes a simple good morning to someone who is always overlooked, the person who always sits on the corner. That might be something you want to start with. Volunteering. So there are many, many ways in which you can start giving, and there are plenty of studies that show that giving makes us feel better about ourselves. And there is nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. You can derive pleasure and self-worth from something good you do for others. That's okay. Also, there's other benefits you receive. You may make new friends. You might get a nice smile back, a thank you, a heartfelt thank you. You never know what happens when you start giving. So there might be a pleasant surprise coming in addition to your increased self-worth. Try that out. Number 4, take baby steps. So very often we are overwhelmed by our big goals and the many, many big steps they require. And so we don't even set out on our course. Baby steps are really the ticket, and they make you feel better about yourself because you're doing something, right? You are on your way, and it doesn't, seriously, you might not believe me right now, but if you try it, I hope you'll think of it. It does not really matter what you do. Yes, it might be the perfectly right step to reach your goal fastest, more efficiently, but it might be a step that leads you a little astray and leads you to a new goal. Or it leads you to achieve your goal in a way you didn't anticipate. So it really, the really big deal is start moving. And then take it from there. Change course as you go. But take one step after another, like a little toddler learning how to walk. That's not always super successful in the beginning, to put it mildly, but eventually, well, there we are, big people, and most of us can walk and don't even think about it. So that counts for other things too, of course. And my last point, number 5, be your own cheerleader. This is nothing that can be accomplished overnight because the limiting beliefs about ourselves have been with us for a long, long time. So you might feel you're a fraud, you might feel you're bad with money, you might feel, oh, I can't do marketing. All these things, these limiting beliefs go far back, and it's hard to change them, but by being aware of them, you're taking a very, very important first step. And I will bring out an entire video series on how to manage negative self-talk very soon, still this year, 2019. And this will tell you all about how to tackle your inner critic and your negative self-talk that we all have. Nobody's free of that. But this is a starting point that can help you make enormous progress when it comes to building your self-worth. So I hope these tips are helpful to you. Let me know what works for you or other tips you might have. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, share it with your friends, follow me here on YouTube or on Instagram. I share a lot of tips on Instagram. And of course, through my website, you can always book a free consult call for 30 minutes to see if I can help you with your issues and build more self-worth. And this was it for today. I am Mika, and I'm here to help you go big.